Hi guys, Dave's here. Today we're going to talk about tape measures. Okay, tape measures comes in different lengths, widths, and everything. As you can see, I've got a 10 foot, 16 foot, and I got a 25 foot. Sometimes I measure with all three of them. And that can be a no-no. If you're measuring something with different tape measures and everything, you need to check them with a steel rule and make sure they're all measuring the same. And do that. The only thing you need is one of these steel rulers. You can buy these at any hardware store. And take your tape measure and put it on the end and see if the marks line up. They should line up to your other marks. And I'll do that for all the tape measures. If they don't line up, you need to get you a different tape measure. Making something that needs to be precise, yes, it's going to make a big difference. It's got these lip on the end here, and it's going to be loose with these 3 rivets here. That's on purpose. Let me show you what I mean. If you're measuring from the end of something you grab the hold of, you can measure down here and you can mark it. Take the tape measure up against it and then you can measure the inside here. And it's made on purpose to have this gap to take up the distance of that. And now the bigger tape measure's got 3 rivets on it, and the smaller ones has only got 2. Another thing about the end, it's got this little slot here. Well, you wonder what that slot for. Well, if you've got a nail or a screw in something, you can hook it onto it and then measure. And that's what it's for and everything. And if you don't have a marker with you as a pencil or a pen, you can use this as a marker. Just hold it where you need to and then push down and it'll make an indentation into the wood. It does better on softer woods, but it'll make a mark in this one too. And if you notice on the back of a tape measure, it'll say add 3 inches. So you want to measure something, you put this here and you're measuring on the inside of something and butt this against it. Just add 3 inches to this measurement here. Well, this in here says 2.5 inches. And this in here says 2 inches on it. And for the ones that don't know how to read a tape measure, most tape measures has, like, let's start at the 2-inch one here. This first line's a 1/16 inch. The second line's an 1/8 inch. So that's 3/16. Then you got a quarter. It's a little bit longer line. And then just add 16ths to them every one. And then this longer one here, it's a 1/2 inch. So you got a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, then you got an inch. Okay guys, pretend like this is a tape measure here. This is between this mark right here and this mark right here is 1 inch. Half of 1 inch is going to be a 1/2 inch. In between a half you got a 1/4 inch. Each one of these lines is a 1/16 of an inch, so this one right here is going to be a 1/16. This one's going to be 2/16, which you do use your fractions. You take it down, that's going to be an 1/8. This one here is going to be 3/16. This one's going to be 4/16, which in fractions you take it down, that's going to be a 1/4 inch. So I mean, it's just use common math. I mean, fractions is, most people should know those. So I mean, that's all a tape measure is. So if you need to measure out something, if someone says 9/16 inch, just count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9/16 inch. Someone says 5/8, you can count like this. Remember, every 2 is an eighth. There's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8. There's 5/8. If somebody says a 1/4 inch, remember every 4 is a 1/4 inch. So if somebody tells you 3/4, this is 1/4, this is 2/4, and this is 3/4. That's 3/4 of an inch. As you can see on this in here, the smaller tape measure even has 32nd inches in it. So it's a 32nd right there, then a 16th, 3/32, then an 1/8 inch. So it'll let you do a little bit more precision work with it. So if somebody told you measure a board 5 3/8 inch, you put it up there down next to it at the end. You measure down, and here's 5, and then we're going 3/8. Remember, every 2 is an eighth. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. That means this one right here is 5 3/8. If we need 3.5, here's the 3. This in here is going to be the half. Remember, the half is a little bit longer line in between. And your tape measures has big markings at every foot, and they have a red marking at 16 inches, which if you're building a house or something, you want 16-inch centers. You can mark it. So if you want to make 16-inch centers for your framing, you mark it. And this is the side that you're going to be putting your 2x4. You just keep going down the line. As you can see, my 16 foot has the same thing. Now my 10 foot, it's got a red line on every foot, and then it's got a little black dot for every 16 inches. So some tape measures are just a little bit different. All 3 of these are Stanley. And the tape measures all 3 models of these comes with a lock, so that you can lock it down, so that you can don't have to hold the tape measure. And they also come with a belt clip, so that you can fasten it on your belt. And if you're not got a belt, you can put it on your pocket. Well guys, I hope this helps someone out. I know probably a lot of you know how to use a tape measure, you know all these little tricks and everything of the trade and everything. But there's a lot of you out there that probably don't. My son was one of them. He did not know how to read a tape measure, and I taught him several years ago, and they come in handy for him. Now he got a job working in a factory, and he had to use it. Even though they teach you math in school, sometimes they don't teach you how to read a tape measure. They don't teach you how to use a tape measure. So I hope it helps somebody out. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.